Well, and when is our new clubhouse to be finished?
House, my dear Ralph? You mean a palace?
Well, then call it a palace if you like. It is really too bad for gentlemen like those who have founded the eccentric club to have to put up with a den like this.
Ralph is right. Why, we eat, we drink, we're housed. In short, we live like everybody else. May old England forgive us, but there are wool sellers and brewers in London who are more eccentric than we are. There is the butcher Nordison, for instance. When he has sold his meat at his stall in the city, he jumps into his open carriage, drawn by 4 horses, and with his arms bare and an apron tied round his waist, he drives home to his house in Piccadilly. Now there's an eccentric butcher for you.
Everybody can't be a butcher.
No, but one ought to distinguish oneself from other people.
Never fear, my dear Ralph. In our new palace, you will have no cause for complaint, at least as far as the house is concerned.
And it will cost 10 millions. That's tolerably eccentric to begin with.
Pooh, there are 50 of us to pay for that fancy.
And it is to be finished when?
In 3 months. The upholsterers are already at work.
What do you mean, the upholsterers? Are there to be carpets then?
Yes, of course, since there are to be floors.
And curtains?
Of course, since there are to be windows.
And ceilings and doors and staircases. I shouldn't be surprised if there are staircases.
Oh, undoubtedly.
With steps?
Oh, with steps, why, of course, you may be as eccentric as you like, but you must have windows to give you light and doors to obtain access to the rooms and staircases to go up the stairs.
Yes, it's true. And if it were not for this miserable staircase and the steps, especially the steps.
Oh, I say, gentlemen, of course we shall give a fete for the inauguration of this palace.
Yes, an eccentric ball preceded by a dinner that will cost 500,000 francs.
Without the wine.
Of course. Moreover, we shall appoint a committee to settle on the menu.
By the by, gentlemen, have they settled on the election of this man from the United States, Archibald Corsican?
His qualifications were not considered to be sufficiently high, and on the recommendation of the secretary to the committee, Phileas Fogg, he was blackballed.
Dinner is on the table.
Oh, dinner, to dine like everybody else.
At all events, they have sent for some Lake Erie ice.
Oh, yes, Your Honor, and they have taken care to send it from the southeast extremity of the lake, where the quality is the best. To wait on one eccentric, well, that may be all very well, but 50? No, I have had enough of it. And then, when I say eccentric, I am not sure. For if these gentlemen were really eccentric, they would wait upon their servants. They would do our rooms and brush our clothes.
Is there anybody here?
Well, there is somebody. There is I.
Then I may come in.
Oh, Miss Margaret, your place is in the laundry. What do you want here?
I have come to ask you, Monsieur Passepartout, for a decided answer. Do you want to marry me, yes or no?
No.
But you promised me.
My dear.
Am I not to your taste?
Oh, yes.
Shouldn't I make a good little wife?
Oh, excellent, excellent.
You are a good Frenchman. I am a good English woman.
If you were Chinese, I should still reply, no, no, again and again, no. Now listen to me. Until now, I have led a tolerably excited life, now in the service of one person and now in the service of another. I have been in 20 places without finding a single good one, and I've traveled in 20 countries without settling anywhere. Now, I am tired, broken down, used up, and I have made up my mind to take rest.
Very well then, let's get married.
Don't I tell you that I want rest?
Well,
That I want to take roots somewhere. Oh, in a good soil and exposed to the sun.
that's exactly it. Here's the good soil, well exposed.
Too much exposed. Margaret, I am not made of the stuff, or rather of the iron, out of which husbands are manufactured. Besides, I am going to leave the club.
Leave the club?
Yes, it is beyond my strength to have to answer all the bells here. There's too much work here. I want a special place.
And you found it?
And I have found it.
With whom?
Mr. Phileas Fogg.
The gentleman who comes in here every day regularly, at the same hour, at the same minute, who comes in by this door, who takes 3 steps forward, gives his hat with his right hand, his cane with his left hand, who then hands his great coat, sits down, holds his hands just like this, his 2 feet so, and remains motionless until someone brings him his newspaper? A regular piece of mechanism.
Well, I am not sorry to wait upon a piece of mechanism.
But he's a man who goes by a spring, and he has to be wound up every day.
The winding up has nothing to do with me.
I thought he had a servant. John Foster by name?
Well, that is to say, John Foster had him for a master. You see, but I have bought the master.
Bought the master?
Yes, I went to see John Foster. I said to him, "What do you want for your master?" 1,000 francs, said he to me. Will 500 do? No, replied John. He is worth more than that. 800? Well, for your sake, Passepartout. Many thanks, John. And I paid him 800 francs. All my savings are gone, but I have got the gentleman whom I wanted.
Well, and John Foster?
Well, John had no more to do than to get himself dismissed. That was not such an easy matter with Mr. Fogg, who is not easily moved. Foster first of all neglected to bring his clothes. Mr. Fogg said nothing. Then Foster broke 2 mirrors, the first voluntarily and the second on purpose. Still Mr. Fogg said nothing. The case became desperate. Luckily, this very morning, Foster brought Mr. Fogg his shaving water. Mr. Fogg rang for Foster. "John," said he in his calmest tones, "John, it was settled between us that my shaving water should always be 35 degrees in winter. This water is only 34 degrees. From this morning, 17 minutes past 11, you are no longer in my service. And that is how the phlegmatic gentleman comes into my service.
But suppose you don't suit him, Passepartout.
Well, he suits me, and that is enough for me, Margaret.
Then you've quite settled.
What?
You won't take me for your wife, my little Passepartout?
No, Margaret. Little Passepartout has no intention of passing under your caudine forks.
Passepartout! Passepartout, I shall do something desperate.
Do what you like.
I am offered a situation in America. I shall go to America.
A pleasant journey.
Oh, here's someone's coming.
It is my master.
Your future master?
Oh, no. I have paid for him. He's mine. What a marvel of precision. How well he is oiled and how well he works.
Oh, it's splendid. It's splendid.
Now, let us arrange matters. Sir, I am the valet who has been mentioned to you.
You are French, and your name is John?
Jean, if you please, sir. Jean Passepartout. A nickname which is justified by my natural aptitude for getting out of any scrape.
Passepartout suits me. Besides, you've been several years in the club, and you've given satisfaction.
Oh, and allow me to add that I know all of your habits, sir. Rise at 8 o'clock, tea and toast at 8:23, letters at 9:35, barber at 7 minutes to 10, cupboard B, drawer H for the trousers, and cupboard S, drawer K for the waistcoats. Shaving water, 35 degrees in winter and 17 degrees in summer. In short, I know all of the arrangements of the house, lighted and warmed by gas, consisting of 5 rooms and 3 closets in Savile Street. And you will not have to tell me anything.
You know the terms.
I know.
Good. What time is it?
47 minutes past 6.
You are slow.
Pray forgive me, sir. It's an escapement watch.
You are 4 minutes slow, but no matter. It will suffice to bear in mind the discrepancy. From this moment, 51 minutes past 6 in the evening of Thursday, the 3rd of October, 1872, you are in my service. Go.
Oh, I wait here for your orders, sir. Here I am, tranquil at last, and sure of no end of rest.
By the by, my dear Sullivan, how about that affair of the 2 millions, which was stolen a fortnight ago from the Bank of England? You are under governor, and you ought to be able to tell us all about it.
Well, I am afraid that the bank will lose its money.
Well, I hope for my part that sooner or later we shall catch the thief. Inspectors of police, very clever fellows, have been sent to Liverpool, to Glasgow, to Havre, to Suez, to Brindisi, to New York, and a week ago the Metropolitan Police dispatched them to the description of 2 individuals, well-dressed, of good manners, who were seen wandering about round the paying counter the very day the theft was committed.
Oh, as to descriptions, all descriptions of persons are alike.
In any case, the detective's zeal is certain to be considerably spurred, for the Bank of England has promised them 10% of whatever sum may be recovered.
200,000 francs if they recover the 2 millions? By Jove, it would be an eccentric idea to run after the thief, if it would be worthwhile.
Well, in the first place, it is not a thief.
How do you mean, not a thief? This individual who has carried off 2 millions of banknotes?
No, it's a sharper.
The Times declares that it is a gentleman.
Who said that? Why, Mr. Fogg.
Mr. Fogg.
Well, for my part, I believe the thief will get clear away.
Nonsense. There isn't a single country in which the man could take refuge.
Indeed.
Why, where would he go to?
I don't know, but after all, the world is big enough.
It was formerly.
What do you mean by formally? Has the Earth grown smaller?
Much smaller, since it is traversed now 10 times faster than it was 20 years ago, and this will much facilitate the flight of the gentleman in question.
I must confess, Mr. Fogg, that's a very droll way of yours of saying the Earth has grown less, so that you can now go around the world in 3 months.
In 80 days, you mean?
That's true, gentlemen. In 80 days, since the section between Rothal and Allahabad has been opened up on the Central Indian Railway.
80 days? Oh, yes, that's all very well, but that doesn't make any allowance for bad weather, shipwreck, trains running off lines, explosions.
Making allowance for all.
In theory, you're right, Mr. Fogg, but in practice...
I am right in practice, too, Mr. Stewart.
I should like to see you do it.
You can if you'd like. Let's start together.
Heaven forbid. But I willingly wager 200,000 francs that your journey would be impossible on those conditions.
It is quite possible.
Well, why don't you do it then, Mr. Fogg? Why don't you make this journey in 80 days?
I will if you like.
But when?
At once.
At once?
I have a small fortune of 2 millions, gentlemen. Will you four bet me 1/2 of that?
1 million, which you may lose by 5 minutes delay?
I don't believe in delay.
But accident.
There is no such thing as accident.
But observe, Mr. Fogg, that these 80 days to go around the world represent the minimum.
A minimum well employed is all sufficient.
But in order to get not to go beyond it, you will have to jump with mathematical precision out of the railways into the steamers and off the steamers into the railway carriages again.
Well, then I shall jump with mathematical precision.
Is this a joke?
I never joke when the subject is so serious as a wager. I will bet you, gentlemen, 1 million that I will go round the world in 80 days. That is to say, in 1,920 hours or 115,200 minutes.
Done.
Done. The Dover train starts at 8:45. I shall take it.
This very evening?
This very evening. I have 1 million on deposit at Baring Brothers. That will be my stake. The other 1 million I shall take with me.
Take it with you on your journey?
Yes, and spend it too, if necessary, gentlemen. In other words, there shall be no obstacles in my path. Well, gentlemen, as today is Thursday, the 3rd of October, I must be back in the club on Sunday, the 22nd of December, before the last stroke of 9 has sounded on that clock.
No, not here, but in the new palace, which we shall inaugurate on that very night.
And will pay for the fete out of the millions, which you will...
Which, gentlemen, you will lose. Send my new servant. Passepartout, you've got 17 minutes to get to my house. There are my keys. In my room, there's a cupboard.
Cupboard F.
You will open it on the tray.
Tray letter K.
You will find a traveling bag already packed. You will take it. You will bring it here.
A traveling bag?
A traveling bag, always packed, in case I go away.
And do you ever go away, sir?
Yes, we are going round the world.
Round the world?
No boxes, no parcels. We will buy all that we want on our way.
Round the world. And I have bought him in order to get rest.
No, you've already wasted a minute.
If I hadn't paid my 800 francs for you, I'd soon send you in my little bill.
Well, Mr. Fogg, we'll give you time to make your preparations.
I am always ready, gentlemen. I have 55 minutes left, and 22 will be enough for me to get to the station. Gentlemen, it's time for our usual game. Pray sit down.
Oh,
Let's
sit down.
Go, sir.
Yes, Monsieur le Gouverneur.
Ah, Monsieur le Gouverneur.
It is you, Mr. Fix.
Yes, Your Excellency. I have been recommended to you by the British government, but Your Excellency has no information to give me.
None, sir. No suspicious-looking stranger has been seen in our province, nor has any disembarked at Suez.
That's too true, Your Excellency. I have been here for a fortnight, and I never leave this quay. I scrutinize the passengers of all the steamers in my endeavor to recognize the thief of the Bank of England, and I discover nothing. Nothing.
You must be a little patient, sir. Thieves are not always in a hurry to get taken. By the by, you know that the packet, the Mongolia, was signaled yesterday off Port Said. It can't be long before she is in.
And the Mongolia comes direct from Brindisi?
From Brindisi, where she fetched the Indian mails at 5 o'clock on Saturday evening.
And she goes to Bombay.
Direct.
But she doesn't stop at Suez.
Only 1 hour, only just long enough to take in coals. But in truth, with the very incomplete details which were sent you from London, I don't know how you could recognize the person in question, even if he happened to be on board the Mongolia.
Suspicion points especially to two individuals who were observed to remain for a long time near the paying counters at the bank. I have got their description, but it isn't altogether that I count, Your Excellency. As for sharpers of this class, you scent them rather than see them. What we detectives require most is a good nose.
Well, here's a splendid chance for making use of it, especially as the reward offered by the bank is very attractive.
True, Your Excellency. The bank does these things well. 10% on the sum brought back. That means 200,000 francs if I secure the 2 million stolen. And do you know, I have something like a presentiment that my man is on board the Mongolia.
Really? And if he is there, what shall you do?
Your Excellency will perhaps not object to arrest him?
I arrest an English subject who perhaps may not be the thief? Why? Do you want to make the Khedive quarrel with Her Gracious Majesty?
Well then, in that case, I shall immediately telegraph, begging them to send me a warrant of arrest, of which I can make use as soon as my thief shall set foot on an English colony.
But in that case, you will follow him.
Until the end of the world, if need be. 200,000 francs, and the honor.
Ah, there's a gentleman who is awaiting the arrival of the Mongolia with as much impatience as you.
Is he a rival?
No, don't be afraid, but he is an original character. Good day, Mr. Archibald Corsican, citizen of the United States, etc.
And the most impatient man in the world, Your Excellency.
But why?
Because the steamer doesn't come in, and it brings me, I hope, the news of my election to the Eccentric Club in London.
Then you are very anxious to become a member of this singular club?
Very.
What have you done to entitle you to membership?
I have been round the Red Sea on foot.
Well, but that...
Yes, but I did it backwards.
Backwards? What was the use of that?
Pray, where would the eccentricity be if it were any of use?
That's true. And frankly, if you are not received after that, it would be a very hard case for the searchers after originality.
That's my opinion.
I am quite sure, though, that was not the way you went to London a fortnight ago.
No, it certainly was not.
But you came back very quickly.
Oh, I only just had time to go and get a large sum from the bank.
To get a large sum from the bank? What does he mean by that? I beg your pardon, sir. Then you were in London?
On the 17th of September last.
The 17th?
Dear me, but that is exactly the day when 2 millions were stolen from the bank.
Exactly. And the thief and I both left it with an enormous sum. Only the thief didn't do as I did, leave a receipt.
Oh, mere forgetfulness.
Yes, mere forgetfulness.
But if you were so impatient to get an answer from the club, why did you come back here and why didn't you wait for it in London?
True. Why not?
Oh, that's an idea of mine. I don't want to live in London until I can put on my card, member of the Eccentric Club.
So. True, that gives a certain notoriety, and then inquisitive people cease to ask who you are.
Precisely, sir.
Let's see now. But he is like the first description. We shall meet again.
The packet!
My letter, without doubt.
So here I am in Egypt, the country of Potiphar's wife. So I am going to see Egyptians, dancing girls, pashas, Turks, real Turks, with turbans and plaited trousers and wearing a full sun in their backs. But first of all, let me see about the commissions my master has given me. Let's see, to buy some shirts and some handkerchiefs. Oh, yes, and to have the passport visaed. Oh, here's a gentleman who might show me the way.
Nobody at all on board like my man. In that case, I must stick to my American.
Oh, maybe I'll ask him. Sir?
What?
Will you be kind enough to tell me, sir, where I can get this passport visaed?
Passport? Allow me, I am fond of reading passports.
Oh, well, pray do as you please.
Dear me, but this is just like my second description.
Well, sir?
This passport is not yours?
Oh, no, it is my master's.
Mr. Phileas Fogg.
Yes, a master that I bought and who made me start in great haste, I can tell you that.
He's a chatterbox. Good. Well, go on.
Well, now, what I wanted was a sedentary and comfortable life, and he makes me run from town to town, from country to country, stopping nowhere, throwing money about broadcast to get on the quicker.
This is just like a man who is running away.
Oh, and we have to go on in this way without luggage.
Without luggage?
Yes, but we buy all we want on our way.
To be able to travel in that way, he must be very rich.
Well, I should think he is indeed, for he carries about with him an enormous sum in fine banknotes, all brand new.
It is not the American. This must be the real individual.
Oh, well, just fancy. He has promised a prize of 20,000 francs to the men in the engine room of the Mongolia if we arrive at Bombay 24 hours before our time.
20,000 francs?
Mm-hmm.
That's 2,000 francs off my share. The blackguard.
But here I am chattering away.
Is it long since you have known your master?
Long? I only went into his service 45 minutes before we left.
And do you know why he left?
Yes, on account of a great wager which he made.
Dear me, a wager.
Yes.
Well, I will introduce you to the governor, His Excellency Mustafa Pasha.
A pasha? Oh, then I shall see a real pasha.
And here he is.
What do you mean? That gentleman? But where's his turban and his son? Does he only put them on when he goes to a masked ball?
Your Excellency, I have found my man.
What do you mean? This fellow?
No, who's his master, whose passport I have here.
Mr. Phileas Fogg wishes to have his passport visaed?
Well, if you have no objection, Pasha.
But he must attend in person in order that his identity may be established.
What, is that necessary?
Indispensable.
Well, Pasha, I will go and look for my master.
Oh, Your Excellency, the wretches, miserable John Bulls, they have blackballed me. They have considered me unworthy to figure in their idiotic society. One of them, a Mr. Fogg, fake bag Fogg, Phileas Fogg, has turned them all against me. I am dishonored. Ugh.
Oh, here is the governor, sir. He requires your presence.
And the purchases I told you to make?
I have not had time yet.
But make haste, my friend. The steamer is going to start.
Oh, well, perhaps I shall come across a real Turk after all.
He looks like a scoundrel.
He looks like a very honest fellow.
His Excellency, Mustafa Pasha.
It is you, sir, who wishes to have this passport visaed?
It is I.
You know, this formality as regards passports is no longer necessary.
I know, but nevertheless, I should like to have mine visaed, and I am ready to pay the fee.
Very good, sir. Your name is Phileas Fogg?
Phileas Fogg, a member of the Eccentric Club. Well, sir, I am Archibald Corsigan of New York, State of New York, and I have been put up at the Eccentric Club, and I have been blackballed. And blackballed thanks to the ill will of a certain Phileas Fogg, who didn't consider me worthy to take a seat by his side. Me, a man who had just performed the journey round the Red Sea backwards.
Backwards? That wasn't sufficient, sir. Ha! If you'd made the journey hopping on one leg, then perhaps.
Sir.
Sir.
Gentlemen.
I beg your pardon, sir.
I beg your pardon, sir. I've made a wager to go round the world in 80 days. In other words, in 115,200 minutes. You've made me lose 2. That's enough.
Oh, one moment, sir. Pray hear me, Mr. Phileas Fogg. I intend to put up again, and this time I hope with a better chance. What do you imagine your fellow members would think of a man who, considering that you had grossly insulted him, should kill you, should have you dried, turned into a mummy, and put in a box of sandalwood, taking care to have you well wrapped up like a contemporary of the ancient pharaohs?
My friends would certainly think you sufficiently eccentric, but they would scarcely be able to admit you to the club.
And pray why?
Because they would seem by this means to pay the individual who, by killing me, helped them to gain their wager against me.
And if, after having killed you, I nevertheless enabled you to gain your wager.
It seems to me that would be rather difficult.
And nevertheless, it is perfectly simple. Killed and quite mummified, I should carry about as luggage, and completing myself your journey around the world, I should bring you back to London within the appointed time, dead but victorious. Do you understand now?
Perfectly. Yes, you would certainly have a very good chance of being accepted by my friends.
Ah.
But you would have as great a chance as being killed by me.
That we shall see.
Whenever you please.
In the courtyard of my hotel, we shall be perfectly alone.
I am at your orders.
I go before you.
And I follow you.
If the detective is not mistaken, this Fogg is a strange kind of thief.
I have sent off my dispatch. Oh, well, Your Excellency, where is my man?
Your man is just engaged in a duel.
In a duel?
Yes, with an American who has picked a quarrel with him.
Good, good. I don't want him to be killed, but a little scratch, which would keep him in bed for a week.
Well, I have got all we wanted. Here we are, provided with shirts and handkerchiefs in the latest fashion. Well, that's all I could find, but it seems that it is what's worn here. Well, I shall keep this one for myself. But where's my master?
Your master, my lad, at this moment, he is fighting a duel.
Fighting a duel? Oh, good heaven! And my 800 francs, suppose they kill him? Oh.
Let's hope that he will only be wounded and that he will get off with a week's confinement to his room.
A week? But that's more than is necessary to ruin him.
That's just the time I want to get my warrant.
Oh. Where is he? Where is he fighting? Mr. Fogg? Oh, Mr. Fogg! Oh, thank heaven, here he is. Oh.
Wounded. I am wounded. But we will have it over again in a week.
In 8 minutes I shall have left.
Then I shall go with you.
And so shall I.
As you please, sir.
Until I have killed you, sir.
Or until you've been killed by me, sir. Sum total of hours spent till now, 158.
Total of the sum spent by my thief, about 23,000 francs.
So I have 1,762 hours left.
He still has 1,977,000 francs, of which 197,000 for my share.
You've not forgotten anything, Passepartout.
Oh, I assure you, sir, that I have forgotten nothing, neither here nor in London, where I locked up everything before leaving. I locked up everything before leaving. I locked up everything, and I put out all the lights. Oh, good heavens!
What is the matter, Passepartout?
Oh, the matter, sir, I have just recollected that I forgot.
What?
I forgot to put out the gaslight in your bedroom.
Then, my lad, it is still burning, at your expense.
At my expense. And we are going around the world.
Hide me so they can't take me away.
Uda, take courage. We are in safety here.
But the soldiers, the Brahmins who pursue us?
They have lost all trace of us, and as soon as night has fallen, we shall be able to... there's someone here.
I heard someone talking. 2 women. What are you doing here?
Is there any pity in your heart? Have you a soul that can be moved by misfortune?
What do you want?
I want you to save this child.
Ah, Brahma, help me. It is, but 'tis...
What, do you recognize me?
You are the widow of the Raja, whose body is already laid on the funeral pyre in the royal necropolis.
Yes, that old man's widow, whom the fanatics want to burn along with him.
Oh, don't betray the rights of hospitality, but welcome the women who confide in you.
I am only a poor man who cannot protect you.
We ask nothing of you but to give us an asylum for the night. Tomorrow we will try to reach the English territory, where we shall be beyond the attacks of our enemies.
No, you will not betray the unhappy girl who asks you to give her refuge. You will not give her up to those who would make her last bed amidst the flames of a funeral pile.
No, I will not do so. I, who like yourself, belong to the race of the Parsis.
Then I am saved.
Princess Aouda, do what you will with your servant. He will suffer himself to be killed for you. But how have you been able to escape?
Thanks to the devotion of Nakahira, the courageous Malayan who was carried out from her country to be thrown into slavery, and who loves me like a sister. I was married scarcely 2 months ago to this Raja, whom I didn't know, and now they want me to die with him, me who have scarcely yet begun to live.
Poor Auda.
For 2 days, I was shut up in the pagoda, where I lay waiting for the hour of torture. The Brahmins tried to intoxicate me with the bhang, which destroys body and soul alike. I refused to take the draught. Last night, Nakahira succeeded in penetrating my retreat, and she led me away while the priest slept. The whole day we have been walking through the forest and the jungle until we reached this dwelling, where, thank heaven, we have met a friend and a brother.
The sacrifice is to be accomplished this night.
Yes, this very night.
Well, their sacrifice will want its victim. Iota, I will be your guide, and I will show you the way to the English territory.
Thanks, brother.
And in a few hours we shall have reached Calcutta.
And there I shall find a beloved sister, and with her a relative who will not refuse to receive me.
Moreover, if your life is still in danger in India, in spite of the protection offered by the English law, why don't you follow me to the Malay country, where I was formerly queen and priestess? There I should find again the mysterious divinities who obeyed my voice. Since I was carried away from my island and sold to the Raja, I have known full well, I feel it, I am expected there. And if you follow me, no human power can touch you.
Someone is coming this way.
The Raja's soldiers, perhaps?
No, a man, a European.
Let nobody see us. Let nobody even suspect our presence here.
Come, Auda, come.
Well, here I am. Thank heaven I am here first.
Well, here I am. Thank heaven I am here first. No, I am here second. Dear me, is that you, sir? We have met before at Suez.
It is true. I have come the same way as you, and I guess what has brought you here. A viaduct had given away, the train could not go on.
And as it is necessary to take a roundabout road of 30 leagues.
You are on the lookout for some means of locomotion.
Exactly so. And in this part of the country, there is nothing to be found but a single cart.
Which I have taken.
Luckily, they told us about this habitation belonging to an Indian who owns the only elephant in the country, and my master sends me to
hire the pachydermatous quadruped.
Precisely.
That's exactly the object which brought me here.
You? You are not going to try to get the elephant, I suppose.
Allow me to observe, my lad, that I was the first here, and that it is you who wants to get the animal from me.
What? Do you want the elephant as well?
Yes, I do want it.
Do you want to harness it to your cart?
Perhaps. Why not?
Oh, I say, but what is the meaning of this? Do you mean to try to prevent my master and me from leaving here?
That's possible.
With what object, pray?
With what object? Well, I am sure you are a very honest fellow.
Well, I am sure of that too, sir.
Well, then I will play an open game with you. But first of all, you must swear to me not to repeat to anybody what I am going to tell you.
All right, I will swear.
On your honor?
On my honor, but let us make haste.
Look.
Then you are...
I am.
A police constable?
Commissioned to follow up and arrest a thief who has stolen 2 millions from the Bank of England.
2 millions? Oh, yes, I have heard something about that.
Well, ever since I left Suez, I have been on the track of my thief who is going to Calcutta. My object is to delay his journey, be it only for a few days, to give me time to get the warrant of his arrest, which I have asked them to send me from London. And if you will help me, my lad, you shall have 10,000 francs.
If I help you? But how?
By telling me, first of all, what your master is doing at this moment.
Well, my master at this moment is performing a surgical operation on a certain Archibald Corsican.
An operation?
Yes, he is letting a little blood with a sword by way of a lancet.
What? Again?
Again and again. They have made up their minds to go on at that game until one of the two has had the other one embalmed, and I hope that the latter will be the American.
And so do I.
Then you take an interest in my master?
Take an interest in him? I have 200,000 francs dependent on him.
You?
And of that sum, I will give you 10,000 if you will help me to arrest him.
Arrest Mr. Phileas?
Mr. Phileas Fogg. That is to say, the bank thief.
A thief? He? My master? Why, you are mad. Mr. Phileas Fogg is the most honest man in the world.
What do you know about that? You don't know him. You entered his service the very day of his departure, and he started off on some idiotic excuse without making any preparation, without luggage, taking with him an enormous sum in bank notes. You told me yourself. Doesn't all this give you a clue? And then the description, which exactly answers. Isn't that a sufficient proof? Believe me, my dear fellow, you had better take the 10,000 francs and don't quarrel with me about the elephant, the only means of transport that there is to reach Allahabad from here.
That is to say that you ask me to betray and to give up a man who has placed his confidence in me, a man who pays me, who keeps me, and merely because you have got it into your head, the stupid idea that my master is like the description of your thief, and you offer me 10,000 francs to commit a crime and a folly? Huh, not a bit of it. This fish will not rise at that bait.
Would you rather be suspected of being the accomplice of a thief?
I? A thief? He? A thief? We? Thieves?
Why not?
What? We? Oh. I have given you my word, sir, and I will not tell my master what you are or what you have chosen to tell me. But remember this, that if I find you again on my path, be it on a railway, on a boat, or in a carriage, as true as I am an honest man, I will break your head, my fine fellow.
You?
Yes, I, Jean-Francois Passepartout, ex-acrobat and the first athlete in France. I, who can carry 500 kilos and who have had the honor of laying by his heels Monsieur Nicholas Cress, the Bull of Provence.
Well, if you are strong, I am skillful, and we'll fight.
Oh, we will fight.
And to begin with, I'll have the elephant.
Indeed.
Even if I have to pay for the hire the 10,000 francs that I offered you.
Oh, we will soon see that. I can bid above you, for I have got my master's purse.
Oh, yes, the money belonging to the bank. Well, we'll see.
Oh, we will soon see.
Just so, and here comes our man.
Ah.
Come here, my lad.
What do you want?
You have got an elephant.
Yes, but
I will hire it.
No, I first.
impossible.
100 francs a day.
100 francs and 50 centimes.
200 francs.
200 francs and 50 centimes.
300 francs.
300 francs and 50 centimes.
Well, 400.
And I'll buy it.
My master.
He? Here?
My elephant is not for sale.
10,000 francs.
10,000 francs. Oh, but I cannot.
25,000.
25,000?
Oh, bravo.
Impossible, my lord.
50,000 francs.
50,000 francs?
You go 50 centimes higher, my good man.
50,000 francs? What would you give?
Do you agree?
I do.
Well, that's another 5,000 francs of my reward that he steals from me.
50,000 francs. Well, you are going it. You make as light of money as you do of sword thrusts, it seems.
At your service.
Thank you. I don't care about your money. I believe I have more than you. And as to the wounds...
You have got more of them, too, than I have.
But I intend to give that back to you very soon.
In Calcutta, then.
In the bottomless pit, if need be.
As you please. Where's the elephant?
At the royal necropolis, where it is to do duty tonight at the Rajah's funeral. And I can't let you have it until after the ceremony.
At what hour will that be over?
At about 2 in the morning, after the unhappy widow has been burnt.
Burnt? What? A woman burnt on the funeral pile of her husband? Is that sort of thing still done?
In France, when widows burn, it is with the desire to marry again.
Where is this necropolis?
2 leagues from here.
The boat doesn't leave Calcutta for Hong Kong until 25th October. It will do if I reach Calcutta tomorrow night. Good. Then at 2 o'clock the elephant will be here.
It shall be here.
Oh, the wretch, if I could only...
I beg your pardon, sir.
May the devil choke you.
Let all the approaches be watched.
What do these fellows want?
2 women took refuge here an hour ago. One of them is the Rajah's widow. Where is she? Reply.
I don't know.
Search this man's retreat. Reflect that your life is at stake.
Ah, the hapless creatures.
What? Are they going to burn this poor girl?
Princess Ayuda, according to the law of Shiva and of Vishnu, you must die.
The law which condemns me is horrible and criminal. I scarcely knew this husband to whose manes you would sacrifice me, this Raja to whom my life was enchained. I will not die.
Your resistance is useless. Before tomorrow's dawn, your ashes shall be mingled with those of your husband, and they will be cold.
Dear Iuda.
And as for you, who have encouraged her flight, your punishment shall be severe. Take her away.
No, stop. Listen to me.
Speak.
Alas, I realize it now. I am doomed to die, and nothing can save me. But I know how well you desire to keep up the religious zeal of your people. Well, give Nakahira her freedom, ensure her return to the Malayan Islands, and instead of a victim, whom you will have to carry to the funeral pile, rendered insensible by your arts, the people shall see me walk to my doom, my head erect, and with a smile upon my face.
Do you promise that?
I swear it.
Well, your wish shall be accomplished. Nakahira, you are free.
Auda, do not leave me. Let me die at your side. Let my last sigh be breathed with thine.
No, return to the country in which thou wert a queen, and there may heaven be your guide.
2 brave hearts.
Farewell then, Auda, farewell.
Farewell, farewell. I am ready now.
Passport 2. Suppose we were to save that woman.
I was thinking about that, sir.
Then you have some heart?
Yes, sir, when I have time. It is impossible to reach that poor child.
The wretches who guard her fired at us.
If the night hadn't favored our flight, we should have paid dearly for our chivalrous expedition.
Then why, sir, did you join us?
Because I chose to do so.
When one of their soldiers threatened me and was going to strike me, why did you interfere and wound him?
Because I didn't wish him to kill you, sir.
Ah.
Dear me.
Seeing that I look forward, sir, to the pleasure of killing you myself.
Oh, that was it, was it?
But why do we stay here now that you have done all that you could to get into the pagoda and to bring away the victim? Another attempt would be utterly useless.
That's not my idea. The elephant, which the Indian is to bring me after the funeral ceremony, I can wait for here.
Here?
Yes. We are in the necropolis in which the sacrifice is to be accomplished. There, close to those watchful guards, is prepared the funeral pile on which the body of the Raja already rests.
Well?
Some more favorable opportunity may possibly offer for saving this young woman, and as I yet have another hour to waste, I shall remain.
We shall remain.
Well, be it so. We'll remain.
What, you two?
Yes, sir.
And why, pray?
Because I don't choose, sir, to let anyone say that when an Englishman and an American found a woman in danger of death, it was the Englishman who saved her whilst the American stood looking on. That's my reason.
Then do as you please, sir.
That's exactly what I intend to do, sir.
There's the late Raja, is he? Well, I shouldn't be sorry to make his acquaintance.
You have promised to die without weakness and bearing yourself proudly.
It is thus that I will die, since Nakahira is free. Handmaidens of Brahma, divide these relics amongst you. Almighty God, receive my soul.
No, no! This shall not be! This odious sacrifice shall not be accomplished in the presence of an Englishman.
No, nor in the presence of an American.
Strangers, here?
Hold!
A
miracle!
A miracle!
It is I, Passepartout. Let's be off.
Ah, the elephant! The elephant!
Treason! Sacrilege! Here's the Raja. That one is an imposter. Sacrilege! Sacrilege!
By Jove, how handsome I must have looked in this robe and in this headdress.
This Mr. Corsican is certainly very obstinate.
Have you given him another taste of your sword? Well, that's number 3.
Yes, but this time in the leg. Where's Aouda?
Oh, she's in her room, sir. She's changing her clothes. Now that we are in Calcutta amidst Europeans, she needn't go on being dressed like a Malabar widow.
That's true.
Oh, sir, how right you were to take her away from those ruffians. The idea of allowing such a charming girl to be killed. Oh, isn't she pretty?
I have not seen. I have not observed.
Dear me. And I fancied that you were looking at her with interest when she lay asleep with her head resting on your shoulder whilst that worthy elephant was bringing us to Allahabad.
You were mistaken.
Then, how touching were the thanks which she gave you when we arrived at Benares?
I don't remember.
Oh, do not say that. And then, when we were in the railway skirting the shores of the Ganges, it seemed to me that you were sometimes much moved when you looked at that beautiful young girl.
Enough, enough. What are you doing there?
I, sir? Oh, well, I'm making a parcel of the clothes of the late Raja, in which I showed off, you know.
But what is the parcel for?
Well, sir, you see, it is embroidered all over with gold and silver, so I shall send it by express train to the Raja's heirs. I do not want to look like a thief.
The 26th October. It is 23 days since I left London.
Oh, that confounded gaslight has been burning at my expense for 23 days. That makes 552 hours consumption of gas.
We shall be back in England in 57 days.
57 more days. Oh, I beg your pardon, sir, but we have some time to make up.
Indeed we have. We had saved 48 hours, but we have lost them for sake of being of use to that young woman.
That's what he calls being of use. Oh, and that idiot of a policeman fancies he's a thief. Well, never mind. He has left us at last, and he has done well. For if he hadn't, he certainly would have felt these two claws. There. That's the parcel tied up.
You have taken our 2 places in the Hong Kong boat?
Oh, yes, the Rangoon, an excellent goer. She leaves this evening in 2 hours and a half.
Good. Good.
And now for the address. To Mr. Raja, Esquire. In his tomb, province of Bundelkund. Good.
Ah, there's Aouda.
How nice she looks in her new clothes, my widow. Only fancy that I was the husband, well, the late husband of that pretty woman. Oh.
Ah, Mr. Fogg.
You haven't wanted for anything, have you? That's to say, if my orders have been properly carried out.
I have wanted for nothing, Mr. Fogg. Nothing. Thank you. After having risked your life for me?
No, not at all. It is that fine fellow who must have the honor.
I, sir? Why, all I did was to disguise myself a little. I only played a carnival trick, that is all I did.
I know well how much I owe you too, my friend.
And here we are in the city where your relative resides, in whose care I'm to place you.
Yes.
Do you know where he lives?
No. We used to live in Bombay before that unhappy marriage.
And what's the name of this relative?
Bernardo.
At the exchange, they will doubtless know the merchant's address. Passepartout is sharp. He will find it out. Go, Passepartout.
I fly, but not with any enthusiasm.
Why?
Because we shall never see each other again. And just fancy, if it hadn't been for me, they'd have cooked that adorable young lady. Oh, it makes my blood boil to think of it.
We have come to the end of our journey. Madam?
Madam? Why do you speak to me in that way? Why don't you still call me Aouda?
Why?
Yes, why?
Why? Aouda, well, because just look at yourself. It is no longer Aouda whom I see. No, it is a young lady, and I speak to you with the respect with which I would show any woman.
But am I not still the same Aouda that you saved, although I have put on other clothes?
I saved you? Oh, but you know very well.
Yes, it was you who saved me, and from what a terrible death. Oh, Mr. Fogg, we are about to separate today. In a few moments. Never to meet again. But I swear to you in my heart, we'll never forget you.
My lady.
Don't speak to me thus.
Madam.
No.
Aouda.
That's right. To you, I am always Aouda. And I want you, whenever you think of me, if you ever do think of me.
Oh, don't fear. I shall think of you. Sometimes.
I want you always to think of me. Understand? Just as I was when you bore me away from that horrible torture, I want you to say to yourself, there's a woman to whom I devoted myself and whose gratitude will end only with her life.
I promise you, Aouda. Yes, I promise you, I declare, I swear to you. Oh, if they could only see me at the eccentric club.
Nobody sees you but myself, and you can be as kind as you like.
I am not kind. I am eccentric.
I tell you that you have a very good heart.
A heart? A heart? Everybody has got a heart. As for me, I am...
Eccentric? I don't know what that means, Mr. Fogg, but I will defy you not to be a little touched when you bid me farewell forever. Forever.
Farewell. Farewell. For... Oh, there's Corsican. For once he comes in a nick of time.
I have had enough of this, and I have made up my mind.
Sir.
Sir! Oh, I beg your pardon, madam. I didn't see you.
Mr. Archibald?
Dear me, but it is Iuda. I shouldn't have recognized you, madam, in those clothes.
To you also I owe a debt of gratitude. I know the part that you took.
Oh, come. It is not worth mentioning. We only exchanged a few pistol shots with those Bundlecun fellows. It's not worth mentioning.
Yes, yes. But before we separate...
How do you mean separate? Are you not going to remain in Calcutta?
Yes.
Well, and so am I. Calcutta is a charming city, inhabited only by Englishmen who are made up like Indians.
I thought you had sworn to take me back to England.
Yes, I know. In the mummy case, neatly fixed up in swaths and with glass eyes. That's what I meant to do, but I have given up the idea, sir.
Ah, at last.
A taste of your sword arm in the left arm at Suez, and a second taste in the right arm at Bombay, and now a third in the leg at Calcutta. I have had enough of it. No American should stick to a silly idea. I shall look out for some other eccentricity. I am very comfortable here, and here will remain. And I fancy, madam, that you will find yourself more comfortable here than in your estates at Bundlecund.
My estates. Yes, I was queen there. It was my idea to be queen. That childish ambition was my ruin.
How was that?
The relative who brought us up, my sister and me, had entered into large speculations, and he ruined himself. One day he came to me and said, "You are ambitious, Aouda." Ambitious at 16 years of age. "The Rajah who saw you at Bombay offers to share his throne with you." I pictured to myself a young and handsome prince whom I should love and who offered me a throne. I was dazzled, carried away, and a few days afterwards, the guards and servants of the Rajah came to fetch me in great pomp from Bombay. I set out on my way. A whole nation prostrated themselves at my feet and hailed my arrival into my estates. I was intoxicated with joy. I reached the palace of my husband, and I found the Rajah a sick old man at death's door, to whom I was given up as the price of a shameful bargain. A few months later, he died. Those cruel Brahmins wanted to sacrifice me as his widow, me who had never been his wife.
You had a lucky escape from them, miss.
Miss!
Miss.
And you have come to take refuge with this same unworthy relative?
He is the only relative whom I have left.
Well, Passepartout?
Well, my friend.
Well, I have been to the exchange. I found out all the information that I wanted, and I went to see Mr. Anardil.
Is he coming?
He cannot come.
He can't come.
Not just yet.
Why not?
Because he is dead.
Dead?
Dead and buried. But if I couldn't see the late honorable gentleman, I saw a young person who was anything but dead, very lively indeed.
Namia, my sister.
Exactly. And here she is, madam.
Aouda, my dear Aouda.
Dear me, she is really a very pretty person.
Oh, Namia, Namia, what a joy to see you again.
Dear Aouda, who I thought was lost to me forever, how happy I am to clasp you in my arms.
My savior, my saviors, thank them, Nemia. I owe my life to them.
Gentlemen, I have not the pleasure of knowing you yet, but you have saved my sister, and I love you already, with all my heart.
She is a very nice little thing.
And I come in for my share of those thanks.
I insist upon it. I insist.
Very nice indeed.
Then you are living alone here, my dear sister?
Yes, alone, with no protector, and beginning to be very anxious about the future.
But now that I am come back, we'll live happily together.
You think of remaining here in a city so near independent territory? I won't allow it. I won't allow it.
But why not?
Not a month ago, a victim was taken out of this city and carried off beyond the protection of the English laws by men in the pay of the Brahmins. They sacrificed her, and they would sacrifice you.
But what must I do then?
Will you allow me to escort you both to England?
Take us to England?
Here, my sister, there will be nothing to fear.
Of course not. Pray consent, Aouda, I beseech you.
Yes, consent.
But we shall delay your journey, Mr. Fogg.
Oh, no.
But the serious wager that you have made?
Will not at all be imperiled. Allowance was made for unexpected accidents, and you two come under that category.
I accept your offer. I accept. For her as well for myself. And there will be two hearts to love you instead of one.
This little thing is perfectly bewitching. How strange. My leg feels better already.
The Rangoon will soon be getting underway. Passepartout, engage 2 extra cabins for these ladies.
No, 3 extra cabins.
What do you mean by 3?
What
My lameness has disappeared. Oh, no, the lameness has gone right away. I shall go.
You will go.
Yes, I have had enough of Calcutta, a hateful place in which you find nothing but Indians made up as Englishmen. But never fear, sir. I shall not attempt to kill you anymore. I shall follow you in order to see you lose your bet, just as one of your countrymen followed a lion tamer to see him eaten up by his own lions.
But...
Mr. Phileas Fogg.
That's my name.
I am the civil magistrate of the 3rd District, and in that capacity, I require you to reply to several questions.
What is coming now?
Speak, sir.
Come forward, Brahmin. Do you recognize this gentleman?
I do recognize him.
You have sworn to tell the truth?
According to the Indian custom, I have sworn it on the tail of a sacred cow.
By Jove, there's an oath for you.
May Brahma's punishment instantly fall upon me if I do not speak the whole truth.
Speak.
I accuse the gentleman who stands there before you with having, on the night of the 19th and 20th of this month, wounded to death one of the priests who presided over the funeral ceremony of the Raja, in consequence of which I, chief of the Brahmins, require the punishment of the culprit.
Well, and I swear by 25 cows' tails. Oh, I swear by the caudal appendages of an entire flock of
Silence!
cows.
Do you confess that this Brahmin has spoken truly?
Yes, your worship. But he doesn't tell you that he and his priests were about to burn a young woman alive.
Whom Brahma had sentenced?
Madam, I presume?
Yes, sir. And you cannot punish the man who has saved me.
We must discriminate, madam. We must discriminate. In my opinion, that gentleman acted quite rightly to save you.
I like this, Judge.
But he did wrong to kill a Brahmin.
What do you mean by wrong?
The Brahmins ordered the execution of a crime, a horrible sacrifice, which is not permitted by English law.
We must discriminate, sir. We must discriminate.
What again?
The English authorities have suppressed these sacrifices in the provinces which are subject to their rule. But on Hindu territory, they respect the Hindu religion, even its errors, and they cannot sanction the killing of a pontiff in the exercise of his functions.
But this is a shame. I don't like Mr. Fogg. Nay more, I am his enemy. But in the interest of justice, and not at all in his own interest, I maintain that he can't be condemned for having saved this lady at the risk of his fortune and his life.
We must discriminate, sir. We must discriminate.
Oh, this fellow discriminates a great deal too much.
I don't say that he will be condemned, but he will be tried after an inquiry, and I must put him under arrest.
Oh, very good.
I protest, sir.
Respect the law, Phileas Fogg. You will be confined in the city prison until it is decided that there is no case against you.
And before that can be decided, I shall have got my warrant.
But that'll make a week's delay at least. Alas, sir, we are quite lost.
Lost?
Well, he'll never get out of that.
Let's finish this matter at once, if you please. The vessel by which I am about to start is on the point of sailing.
What?
What expedient has he found?
But, sir...
At what amount do you fix the bail?
The
bail?
He has got it.
What bail? But there can't be any bail. It is the case of sacrilege. He must be imprisoned.
Yes, he must be imprisoned, but the law entitles him to give bail. We must discriminate, if you please. We must discriminate.
We must discriminate, my dear Brahmin. We must discriminate. Oh, he discriminates very well indeed now.
But he will forfeit his bail.
Yes, if it is not high, but seeing that the matter is serious and that the risk must be in proportion to the penalty, we'll fix the bail at 100,000 francs.
100,000 francs?
100,000 francs? 100,000 kicks!
Passepartout, the bag.
He's going to pay. The thief?
Oh, here's the bag, sir, but... Oh, by Jove, the bag is fast getting empty. Oof.
You are satisfied, sir?
The law is satisfied.
I have the honor to wish you good day. Ladies, we have no time to lose.
We'll follow you, sir.
I'm not only fail in arresting him, but there is another 10,000 francs that he has stolen from my reward.
Well, that's what I call cool. If they are all as cool as he is in the eccentric club, I must positively become a member.
My good Brahmin, I have the honor to wish you good day.
May Brahma and Vishnu pull out your tongue.
It is indeed the holy cave which I see again after 4 years passed in the soil of India.
Does the Queen desire us to prepare the fire here?
Yes, and I will light it myself, that its heat may wake the holy serpents who inherit this cave. Again, I return to this Malayan land. Thanks be to thee, powerful divinity, who has pardoned the slave. Blessings be upon them, poor Auda, whose last words broke my chains.
Nakahira, how long we have wept! What sufferings you must have undergone!
What sufferings, what humiliation! Alas, until the day that young priestess ascended the throne.
She who made you free, thanks to her, you have come back to us. You have returned to our shores on the very day that the snake charmers hold their festival.
Yes, and again, I have the forests and the temples where formerly our gods obeyed my words. But will they remember me now? Will my song charm them again? Oh, come, come, let me penetrate the grotto until I reach its most mysterious depths. Let me meditate before I wake again the sleeping divinities. Come.
Oh, a grotto. A fine grotto. By Jove, I say, Mr. Corsican? Oh, yes.
Come in, ladies. You and your sister must take a little rest.
But
you must. You have been walking since daylight.
Oh, come, ladies. We'll first of all light a fire for you and make you a good bed. You will soon fancy yourselves at hotel.
My poor Aouda, how worn out you seem.
I confess that my strength is going away.
A few hours sleep will make you yourself again.
Somebody has been here before us. The fire is all ready. We have nothing more to do than to light it.
And Mr. Phileas, where is he?
Never fear about him. He has gone to the nearest town so as to make sure at any price about continuing our journey.
I hope he may succeed.
Oh, he is sure to succeed.
Possibly. Thanks to his idiotic wager, we have suffered from the shipwreck which has cast us upon this coast.
It is thanks to you, Mr. Archibald, that I am still alive.
That's true, my poor sister.
Don't thank me, Nemea. I am so happy to have been able to save you from death that, in truth, it is I who owe gratitude to you.
If it had not been for you, I should have been swallowed by that furious sea.
Yes, but it was ordained that I should save you. It is only the natural consequence of the feud which exists between me and Mr. Fogg.
I don't understand.
Nothing is so simple. We are mortal enemies, Mr. Fogg and I, and as the antipathy which separates us must come out in everything, he had to save Madame Aouda from fire, and I have had to save you from water. That's all.
That is quite true. Now, the ladies' apartment is ready.
Come, Aouda.
Willingly, my sister. I am dead tired.
And now I will go and look after some means for reaching the town.
Then you hope that Mr. Fogg will still reach London in time?
Oh, that's all the same to me.
No, he will be in time. I will answer that. It is true we have had everything against us. The accident that happened in the engine on the Rangoon obliged us to leave it at Singapore, and we lost
some 12 hours. That's something.
Then we hire a pilot boat to take us to Hong Kong.
We're cast by a frightful tempest on. What is this place, Mr. Corsican?
We are on the west coast of the island of Borneo, some 15 leagues, I think, from the town.
And now we lose
12 more hours, which makes another day's delay.
But we can make up for lost time if we reach Borneo tonight in time to catch the American boat. Once on it, my master will soon make them put on all steam, thanks to his bag.
That we shall see. Well, Passepartout, you had better stop here and take care of our companions until my return.
That's it, sir. You go. You may depend upon me, sir. Oh, they are off now. How pretty they look when they are asleep. They never turned a hair all through that shipwreck. Oh, it is very nice here in the ladies' apartment, but we must not run out of wood, so I will go and hunt up in the coal cellar.
What did I hear? But this is a dream. I am dreaming a horrible dream. No, these horrible reptiles. Nemea, my sister.
Aouda? Ah!
My God, have pity on me.
Aouda!
No, I forbid you to approach. I forbid you. Ah!
Oh, unhappy women.
Oh my gosh. What shall we do?
Stop, not a move. Only I can save them. Mysterious divinities, ye who deign to submit to my laws, from your silent caves, crawling deities, at the sound of my voice, appear!
Queen, everything is prepared for the departure of the strangers.
Farewell, dear Nakahira.
In a few hours you will reach Borneo. Aouda gave freedom to her slave. The slave has saved her beloved Aouda.
Thanks once more. Thanks to you, to whom we owe our safety.
Ladies, I have the honor to wish you good day.
He is here? The thief? He is here in San Francisco. I reached here by one boat, he by another. He was shipwrecked at Borneo, but his shipwreck has not delayed him 48 hours even. I feel assured that he must have spent another 100,000 francs to have got out of that difficulty. And there is my warrant running after me and yet never reaching me. Never mind, I'll fight to the very end. That scoundrel of a servant will not recognize me in this costume. Well, I'll get into the train with my thief. I'll get into his carriage if need be, and I won't leave him any more than his shadow. Ah, Passepartout. What does he want here?
Oh, ugh. I needn't have run so fast. The ticket place is not open yet.
What can I serve the gentleman?
A glass of mint julep for this gentleman.
Mint julep?
Tell me, mine host, how long will it be before they issue the tickets at the station?
Oh, in an hour, Your Honor.
Oh, well, His Honor thanks you. You are looking at my belt.
Yes, you have a nice little collection of revolvers.
Haven't I? As long as you travel in uncivilized countries, you have nothing to fear. But it's quite a different thing in countries which are civilized. And as they told me that the Great Pacific Railway was not safe, all of these you see are to take care of this.
Ah, yes, the bag. That is the stolen millions.
Oh, well, suppose I take it a little easy. Yes.
Here's the sugar, the lemon, the spearmint, the pounded ice, the water, the cognac, and the fresh pineapple.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is not only very good stuff to drink, but 'tis quite good fun to make. Oh, I must look like a juggler who is doing his tricks.
Ah, that's an idea, that bag. If I could only...
Yes, I think I have it now.
I'll see if I can't do you a trick of my own.
Now we will get the pipe ready.
That money belongs to the bank. It's mine. That money, once secured from Fogg will be unable to continue his journey.
Oh, these Americans, what people they are for the absorption of liquids.
There's not a moment to lose. Let's try.
Hello, my friend?
Don't disturb yourself.
Thank you. Make yourself at home, my pleasant friend. Is this the sort of thing that's done in your country?
Yes, it's that sort of thing.
Oh, no, the devil it is. You man of straw.
Come, between Americans.
Oh, but in the first place, I am not an American.
By all the sacraments of Sacramento, you must be a Frenchman.
How did you know that?
How do I know that? As soon as I saw the manner in which you received me, I guessed that you were. I like your nation. If I were not an American, I should like to be a Frenchman.
Oh, well, for my part, if I were not a Frenchman, I should like to be French.
I like you. Hey, landlord.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Show me the color of your Cascarnet Noyau.
Cascarnet? No, what is that?
It's a liqueur peculiar to our country.
Directly, sir.
Only as we must be careful and keep our heads, you will bring us a water bottle.
Water?
Yes, water. White water, white brandy. Come, look sharp.
You seem to be afraid of drink.
I am afraid of that drink. It is too strong by itself, but mixed with water, you'll see what it's like.
Well, I will soon see.
You're jolly. Now, do you know why I like Frenchmen?
Well, because they are good fellows.
Here you are, sir.
Because they are good fellows, and then because I am indebted to a Frenchman for the large fortune I am going to make.
Oh, nonsense.
Come, just try that. No, not without the water. Hang it all, it's too strong.
Oh, nonsense. Do you think it is? No. Well, here's to your health.
Here's to yours.
What were you saying?
Saying I knew one of your countrymen, a certain Michel Ferrier, who returned to France a millionaire.
A millionaire?
He assured me that within a quarter-mile of the place which he worked, in the north of Sacramento, there was still a great fortune to be made.
Stop a minute. Don't forget the water.
That's true.
A good deal of water. But how the devil can you find the place again?
Well, Michel Ferrier gave me a plan of the country.
Ooh, well, if there's a plan.
Now, look here. In the north of Sacramento, there's a little river, the sand of which is full of gold, and which runs thus.
All right. I follow.
Okay. Well, then, as you go up and toward the left, you will see a great basaltic rock, which looks like a monkey's head.
A monkey's head? Ooh, I can see it in my mind's eye.
If you follow on this side 300 paces, you reach it, and there you reach it, and there you come to a nest of nuggets.
All right. But that's the nest of nuggets.
You give 6 blows with a pickaxe.
6 blows? Why, I'm going to take a 6 blow now. Water. Oh, plenty of water. Capital water, that is. Capital water. So, you were saying 6 blows with a pickaxe.
And you find a million.
A million? With 6 blows of a pickaxe? I say, while you're there, my friend, can't you give me just 3? Yeah, 3. Can't you just 3 pickaxes? 3 for me. 3 blows. Splendid water, that is. Splendid, yeah. Excellent, most excellent water, that.
Victory, not a work. It's locked. I'll soon open it. Here's the bundle of banknotes and the receipt for the sum which he deposited in London at the banker's. Now I'll be off. Oh, but I'm not a thief. Received on account to be given back to the Bank of England. And now, Phileas Fogg, you can try to continue your journey and get over all obstacles by scattering hundreds of thousands of francs. I have got hold of the money belonging to the bank, and I will soon get hold of my thief.
Ooh, his head is not too strong, but I say, where is the other one? Gone? Then this is the one who must pay for both. Hello, my friend. Look here. Pull yourself together a little.
What's the matter?
Well, sleep after drinking is all very well, but you've got to pay.
Pay! Pay! Yes, pay. Yes.
Well, of course, since your companion has gone away.
Gone away? My companion? What companion? Oh, yes, Farrier. 6 blows with a pickaxe. Yeah, I remember.
Come, you've talked enough. I want my money. Perhaps you haven't got any.
No money? I have got no money. Why, this is a nest of nuggets. As he was saying just now, the man with the 6 blows of the pickaxe, you shall be paid. You shall be paid. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You shall be. You shall be. You shall be. But what is this? What do I dream? What? Am I going mad? Nothing. There is nothing left. But this is impossible. Nothing but what is this paper? What does this mean? To be returned to the bank, signed Fix. Oh, this man, this American, it is he who, oh, what a miserable wretch I am. I have let him intoxicate me like a brute, and he has carried everything off. He has taken everything from me, and I have ruined my master. I have ruined him. I have ruined him. What will I do? Oh, what will I do?
Passepartout, what has happened to you?
What has happened to me? Something that you will be glad to hear, something that will make you happy. You, my master, is ruined.
Ruined?
And through me, who have let them here, just now, take away all the money which he had entrusted to me.
Robbed? What are you going to do?
Blow out my brains.
Mr. Fogg.
My master.
Well, Mr. Corsican, still here.
Still here, sir.
Now we are in America, sir.
It's true, we are in America, sir.
In your country, sir.
In my country.
Where I suppose you mean to remain.
I shall remain here if I choose.
At last. Passepartout, have you done all I've told you?
All you told me?
You've bought the arms.
The arms. Yes, they are here. And they will soon be of use to me.
You've retained a special carriage.
A carriage. Oh, no, sir.
How's that?
The ticket offices will not be open for 10 minutes.
You will pay for our places direct to New York.
Yes, I will pay for them. And what shall I pay them with now?
Well, come along. Passepartout.
Yes, sir, I'll go. All is over now. You have always been satisfied with me, sir, haven't you?
Very well satisfied, my lad.
Oh, that is well. Well, I am going.
I say, Passepartout.
Sir?
You can take all the places.
All?
What's that? What does he say?
Yes, you can take mine at the same time as the 3 others, for which this will pay.
What is this?
Go, my friend, go.
What, sir? You, his enemy? You?
Come. You have lost the money, my lad. Don't lose your head as well.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you.
Mr. Corsican.
Mr. Fogg.
Do you find it so agreeable to travel in the company of an enemy?
No, I don't, sir.
With what object, then, do you take your ticket at the same time that we take ours?
To take the same route that you take.
Then, sir, I recommend you take to your old plan.
What plan?
That of taking me back to London as a mummy.
No, I have given up that idea.
If you continue to follow us, I shall take to dueling again.
Come. I shall not fight you anymore.
You won't fight me anymore?
No, sir, no. Do you take me for a fool? Do you suppose I have not seen that you are 10 times more clever in fencing than I am? Do you suppose I didn't see that you were playing with me? That you were content to touch me slightly when you might have made a hole through me?
Excuse me?
Oh, yes, sir, yes. You have treated me with contempt, with compassion. You refused to kill me. Your compassion and your contempt were a serious insult. Do you hear? And as I cannot decently ask you to give me satisfaction, I beg you.
Well?
I beg you.
What?
I beg you to give me your friendship, Phileas.
My friendship? Come now, that's good. I've been waiting a fortnight for that word.
Really? And you give it to me?
I give it to you with all my heart.
Oh, that's all right.
Now let's go and look for those ladies.
Come, now there are 2 of us to surmount all obstacles and to win your wager.
What o'clock is it?
4:10.
It will be a quarter of an hour before the San Francisco train goes by.
If there is no delay. New hordes of Pawnee Indians have been seen about the country, and they think no more of stopping a train than they would a diligence.
It's cold today.
Yes, the sun's going down.
Shall we go in and have a warm before the train comes by?
In we go.
The train will be here soon.
There are only 20 of us.
That's true, but we shall not attack the entire train.
As the chief commands.
The travelers will be in number, doubtless, but they will stop here, and when they start again, can't they leave behind the last car which we shall have detached?
Yes, and then...
I hear the train. Let our mouths be closed. Let our arms be ready to act. But listen to this, and remember it well. Strike, but do not pillage. We are the avengers of our race. It is by the death of our enemies, and not by pillage, that we shall avenge the massacre of our brothers.
What's the matter? Why don't you go on?
Danger signals are up.
Danger signals?
Never fear.
Pull up at the station, but cautiously. Ah, the telephone wire's cut, the post broken. Is the road all clear?
As yet.
Oh, signs of Indians everywhere.
How far are we from Omaha?
Oh, 50 miles. We shall be there in 2 hours. This is Kearney Station.
I am in the same train as my thief. I defy his servant to recognize me now.
Let him rob me like a fool. What will my poor master say when he finds out?
Weather is very cold, sir.
Go to the devil.
You are not very cheerful.
No, I am not at all cheerful.
It seems to me I may as well stretch my legs. After being on this train for 5 days, 900 leagues on a railway.
As for me, my feet are quite frozen and benumbed.
Do you want to dance with me?
Dance?
Yes, to warm the feet.
All right, let's dance away. If ever I find myself face to face with my thief.
You have been thieved?
Yes, and if I ever find the ruffian within reach of my hand.
Or in reach of foot.
If I ever catch him, I will make it warm for him.
Then you should make it warm today when it is very cold.
I think, Aouda, you and your sister would do best not to get down.
You are right, Mr. Fogg. It seems to be exceedingly cold, but in this car we don't perceive it.
Besides, I don't call this traveling. We seem to be keeping quite still while the country passes before us.
That little Nemea is quite divine.
But where are the signalmen? Oh, the unhappy wretches.
What is the matter?
The 2 poor signalmen.
Well?
Assassinated by the Indians.
The Indians?
Oh, well, then we must.
We must be off and let them know of the crime at the nearest fort. Take your seats, gentlemen. Take your seats.
But perhaps the line is cut.
I'll get on the engine myself, sir, and we'll go to work with as much quickness and at the same time as much prudence as possible. Take your seats, gentlemen. Take your seats.
Let's hold ourselves in readiness, whatever may happen.
How's this? We are not going on.
The Indians!
The Indians! Oh, the scoundrels!
Courage, my friend Fogg.
Forward! Let's free Aouda and her sister.
Listen! Here's the train coming back! Courage! We are saved! Hurrah! Oh, the scoundrels! They've detached the last car!
Let's make haste to reassure our companions. Ah, they've disappeared.
Disappeared?
They have been carried off.
We must positively go and pursue the Indians. They can't have got far away.
Yes, we must.
Let the train wait for an hour or two.
There is only one line of rails, and we must make room for the train which is coming down.
Then telegraph.
They've cut the wires.
But we can't leave those poor women in the hands of miserable scoundrels.
Sir, I am answerable for the lives of my travelers. We must be off at once. Hook on the car.
You go on, sir. I remain.
No, you go on, Fogg. A few hours' delay would cause you ruin. You go. I will remain.
And so will I, sir.
Go away when Aouda and her sister are in danger of death? No. Let's save them. Let's save them first. Didn't we pass before a fort?
Yes, Fort Kearney, 2 miles from here. Run there, gentlemen, and the soldiers will help you.
To Fort Kearney, my friends.
To Fort Kearney, and may heaven help us. Whereabouts are we, Sergeant?
About 8 leagues from Fort Kearney, where you came to ask for our assistance.
Isn't this the giant staircase?
This is it.
And this is a place sometimes frequented by the Pawnees.
Yes, sir.
Moreover, the marks in the snow admit of no doubt.
But now they begin to divide.
What must we do then?
We too must divide and follow them separately.
But these wretches won't kill two women for the mere pleasure of killing them.
The Pawnees have sworn an implacable hatred to the white man. They have often attacked travelers, and they have never shown mercy.
And Passepartout, where is he?
He's following a track, and he's to join us at the fort where we halted last night.
And where I left the rest of my soldiers, some 200 paces from here.
Good. You, Archibald, you will follow the right bank of the torrent. I will reconnoiter the track in this direction. You, Sergeant, return to the fort and hold yourself in readiness to come to our readiness at the first signal.
Good. But what shall the signal be?
A pistol shot.
A pistol shot. That's understood.
That's understood. When we hear a pistol shot, we shall hasten to your aid.
I have seen nothing. You fancy you are on a track, and all of a sudden every trace disappears. But what are these footprints? That is not the footprint of an Indian. Oh, our people must have passed by here. Well, then I must go back to the place of a meeting. What was that? Perhaps it is the rallying cry of the Indians. Oh, I must see. Oh, that tree. It looks over the plain on one side. Quick! The Indians, they are bringing their prisoners here. Oh, I must run to the fort and let them know. But I am surrounded on every side. Oh, let me see. This tree is hollow. I can hide here, and once inside, I shall be able to get a peep through some hole in the bark.
Are they all assembled? All that remain of our tribe?
All.
And not one of those who were hurt in the fight has been able to follow us?
Not one.
They shall soon be avenged.
Why drag us so far if you have determined to kill us?
You see, we are exhausted with fatigue and cold.
It is here that you are to die.
Must your hatred have two victims? Will you have no pity for my sister?
No, we'll both share the same fate. If you are flexible towards her, let us both die together.
Listen, I had a wife and children. Your people slew them. Of all my tribe, the most numerous and the most valiant, none are left but these few warriors. We are pursued, we are hunted from the prairies which the Great Spirit planted for us. The last of the Pawnees will soon fall under the balls of the invaders. And you ask for mercy?
Mercy for her.
No, no.
Your people had no pity on my last child. It was in this place that he was struck at the hour when the shadow of this tree passed over that spot. And it is there that all those of your race who fall into our power shall perish.
Our race? But we are not Americans.
That's true. Oh, that's true. We belong to a far-off country which was invaded like yours.
And our races, brothers by misfortune, should mutually help instead of killing each other.
You both belong to the odious tribe of the Palefaces. And as long as a Pawnee holds a tomahawk, your bleeding scalps shall hang from our girdles.
There is no hope there. There is no hope left.
There is a stranger approaching in that direction.
Alone?
Alone.
Separate, all of you, that he may come this way without suspicion.
all gone away?
All gone? What does this signify? What has
It's true,
become of
all
them?
gone away.
Oh, Mr. Fogg!
Aouda!
Mr. Fogg, oh, we're saved.
Yes, yes, my sister.
Both here, both here.
Our friends are with you, are they not?
Our friends? They are waiting for the signal. One pistol shot and my companions would be here. Is it you who are the chief?
Yes, I am the chief.
How much gold do you want to buy the life of these two women?
How much gold would you want to recall to life those whom your people have slain?
Then you intend to wreak your implacable hatred.
More than hatred, revenge. And all the gold of your cursed race would not suffice to quench it.
And you make war on women.
War? Oh, we know how you make war, you people. You have taught us by depriving us of our prairies and our forests, by chasing us before you as though we were herds of common cattle. And you ask why Indians hate you? You might take all from us, our arms, our harvests, our life. That is the right of war. If you struck but us alone, but you have taken from us our land on which we were born, the land which covers the bones of our ancestors, the land which was to nourish our children, and the sacred soil of the country lost to us is a deep wound which nothing can heal, which bleeds from age to age, which says to every new generation, remember, remember.
When am I to die?
Immediately. As soon as the shadow of that tree touches this spot, that spot will mark at once the place and the moment of your death.
It is there that we are to die, because there his son was slain.
His son, you say? Good. Now all that you want to save you is a pistol shot.
To save us?
Who is to strike me?
Myself, with this hatchet.
Oh yes, your hatchet, with which you can still gain your object, though your hand tremble.
My hand will not tremble.
It would tremble, I tell you, if the slave dared point that revolver which you have taken from me at the breast of his master.
My master? You will soon see which of the two of us is the stronger.
I shall see that you daren't use this arm which I have used it myself against your race. This arm which has but lately killed, look, in this very place, which killed the young man who asked for mercy.
Here, one of our race?
He was little more than a child. I am the son of a powerful chief, he said.
My son. And it was you who killed him.
Spare me, he cried.
You lie. My son never asked for mercy.
Your son implored my pity.
You lie.
He clung to my knees, the coward.
You lie.
And I, pointing at him that arm which you have there, I struck him with a ball in his heart, and I saw him fall down at my feet.
You shall die as he died.
Well, then fire. Oda, go away, go away. Fire, fire.
Here.
What does this mean?
It seemed to me that it came from there.
Have our enemies invisible arms? We shall soon see.
We heard the signal. My dear Fogg.
And the signal was given by me, sir.
Passepartout.
Passepartout himself at your service.
Ah, Mr. Fogg, you wanted him to kill you in order to save us?
No, not at all. I wanted to call up these brave fellows because it's 3 o'clock already, and before 6, we must get to the next station to catch the New York train. Passepartout. Passepartout.
Did you speak, sir?
There we are, calling you for an hour, and you stand there and don't answer.
I hope you will forgive me, sir, but I have gone clean daft.
Why, what is the matter with you, Passepartout?
Oh, I know what it is. Oh, poor fellow, it was the money that was stolen.
Yes, the matter is, well, you know what it is, Mr. Corsican, but that is not all. What has upset me now is a frightful dream which I have had. Oh,
A dream?
a frightful nightmare. All night long I have had my gas burner in my head.
Gas burner?
What gas burner?
My gas burner, which I forgot to put out when I left London, and which ever since has been burning, alas, at my expense. Only think, in this dream I saw the jet get longer, and the flames out of it get longer and longer, and all of a sudden there was a furious wind, and as I was stupid enough to leave the window open, I perceived the muslin curtains filled with the wind float over my terrible gas burner, which sets them alight. The fire of the curtains spread to the woodwork, and then the woodwork to the furniture to the house sets fire to the district, and then I woke and I found the whole city of London on fire at my expense.
Make your mind easy, Passepartout. This dream will not be realized.
Do you think not, sir?
The firemen will put out the fire. There will be nothing burnt but my room.
Yes, but at my expense, that's bad enough.
Never mind. Forget your dream. And forget all the rest as well, my lad.
Be it so, we will forget it.
Ladies, I drink to your health. You will return the compliment, I hope.
With pleasure, Mr. Corsican.
With pleasure isn't at all the word, for the wine is execrable, as bad as the cooking, in fact.
This woman cooks dishes which a cannibal would not eat.
What a disgusting mess. I say, Madam Cook, what's this dreadful stuff which you have given us here?
Come, can't you answer?
It's rabbit.
Do you call that rabbit?
Good Kentucky rabbit.
When you put that rabbit in the saucepan, didn't it mew?
Mew? That is not a cat. That is real rabbit.
Not a bit of it. The rabbit is a sham. But you are a real poisoner.
I'm a good cook. I serve rich platters.
Planters? Cabbage planters.
My cookery is far too good for these scoundrels. But patience. I got my warrant at New York last night, and once on English soil...
Ladies, you will excuse me if there's no comfort here on board. We are not on a transatlantic, you know. The China in which we were to have left New York had started the night before, and we had to make the best of this old merchant vessel, the only one which was about to start.
And the captain would scarcely take us as passengers.
There's a regular sea dog for you. Half hedgehog, half bundle of thorns, and not a pleasant fellow to kiss.
I assure you, Mr. Fogg, that we want for nothing on board the Henrietta.
Thanks to the care of the little English servant who asked for this situation at New York, and whom you have kindly attached to our service.
Don't be at all uneasy about us, and we shall owe a debt of gratitude to Captain Cromarty if he lands us in good time at Liverpool.
But Captain Cromarty is not taking us to Liverpool.
What do you mean? But we are on the way to...
We are on the way to Bordeaux.
To
Bordeaux?
Thanks to the owner, and in spite of the bad will of the captain, who refused to take any passengers, I succeeded in getting ourselves taken aboard this vessel, but I could not possibly change its destination. Now the ship was bound for Bordeaux, and she is going to Bordeaux.
But in that case, we are lost. We only just had time enough to go direct to London.
How is this, Mr. Fogg?
Is this possible?
All would really be lost if we could not find some means of working on this, Captain.
And you want?
I want to make this terrible sea dog change his route. We'll give substantial reasons.
Oh, great heavens.
Yes, you had better reckon on that.
I dare say we will have to bleed the bag considerably.
The devil.
We shall see about that.
Come, ladies.
And now it is all really over. What have you got to laugh at?
I'm not laughing.
Bleeded well, he said, did he? But he has been bled to death. There is no blood left in it. What again?
No, sir, I'm not laughing. I'm sad.
Well, there's nothing more for me to do now but to make a hole in the sea. Oh, this is too much. There is something for you.
You shall pay dearly for this, you Miss.
Oh, she sounds like a man now.
You'll pay very dearly, Mr. Passepartout.
Oh, he's trying to get into his part again. Is it possible that? We will see. Madam, I was wrong.
Really?
And I apologize.
Apologize? I want something more than that.
Well, you'd rather wipe this insult out, would you?
Yes. I will have him taken as an accomplice.
Well then, if you choose, we will wipe out the insult, my friend. Yes, we will just wipe it out.
What do you mean?
Ah! The policeman.
Well, yes, it is I, and what of it?
What of it? You will soon see, my fine fellow. Now then, my money.
You fancy that I am going...
My money. Or I will blow out your brains.
No, you wouldn't dare.
Oh, I will kill you as I would a dog.
Well, then be it so. I'd rather...
Don't talk bosh. Now then, come along. Suppose you give Dad's money to Daddy.
No resistance possible. Here then.
That is not all. I want some more.
Well then, here.
No, more.
Here then.
That's right. Now I will not keep you any longer, sir. I have the honor to wish you good day.
We shall meet again, you thief's lackey and thief yourself.
Ring! Le Fleur, show the gentleman to the door.
You will be hanged.
I see them again. I've got them. I hold them. I kiss them with rapture, my dear banknotes. At last I can press them to my heart and put them into my bag. Come, my dear little friend. Let's put you back in your house.
Good day, Passepartout.
What? Who? What? Margaret?
Here's my dear little Passepartout. I saw you on the quay at New York, and when I knew that you were going to embark for Europe, I got on board too, and took service with the beautiful ladies who are with you.
But what for, merciful heaven?
To marry you.
No, never. And they say that a stroke of good luck never comes alone.
Well, that's just it. The second stroke of good luck is me.
Oh, thank you.
Passepartout, if you only knew how miserable it is to be separated from what you love.
But I do know, Margaret. I have experienced that grief.
If you knew what grief your departure has caused me.
And if you knew what grief their departure has caused me, my dear banknotes. Oh.
How solitary I found it at the club when you had left it.
Just as I felt when they left me.
I wanted to say goodbye to you for the last time, not fancying that you would leave so soon. But when I reached Mr. Fogg's house, it was all shut up.
Not all shut up, alas. There was the window.
That's true. A window with a curtain.
A muslin curtain.
The room was all lighted up.
Well, I should think so indeed. My gas burner. My terrible gas burner.
Oh, that must have been forgotten.
A fearful thing to forget, alas.
It was very dangerous, for the wind was shaking the muslin curtain.
Just as in my dream.
Oh, when I saw that, I fetched a pair of steps.
What you fetched?
A pair of steps.
What for? What for? Speak, what for?
Well, I got up the steps.
You got up? Oh, go on, for heaven's sake, go on, do go on.
I climbed into the room.
You got in, and there you,
Yes.
Click. Ah, my gas burner, my bag, and my gas burner. Oh, too much good luck to come all together. Oh, Margaret. Oh.
Well, my little Passepartout.
Oh, sublime woman. She turned off my tap. Oh.
And you will marry me?
Oh, yes, I will marry you. We will marry each other.
And when?
Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, today, all day long. Oh, sir, I have such good news, such delight, such happiness. She has put out my bag, and I have found my gas pipe.
What do you mean?
That he's going to marry me, sir?
Well, I cannot help it. I am going to marry her.
Pray listen to me, Captain.
Sit down. If you have anything to say to me, sir, be quick. I'm in a hurry.
This is what I have to say to you, Captain. My companions, when they embarked in New York, fancied that the Henrietta would take them to Liverpool.
Well, they were wrong. The Henrietta will take them direct to Bordeaux.
You see, it would be very awkward for me to go to Liverpool by way of Bordeaux.
It would be much more awkward for me to go to Bordeaux by way of Liverpool.
Come, Captain Cromarty, you won't refuse to do me this favor and to change your route?
On the contrary, I intend to refuse the favor, and I don't intend to change my route.
No, you won't.
Yes, I shall.
You will give in with a good grace.
Never.
Well, with a bad grace, then.
Do you dare to threaten me? Do you know, sir, that I can call my crew together and put you in irons?
Pray call your crew, sir.
Hello, everybody. Come down. Seize that man.
What's this?
Lock him up in his cabin.
One moment. I will submit voluntarily, sir, if you still insist upon it. As soon as I've read this letter.
What letter?
All your crew have an interest in it. It was addressed to me by your ship owner himself. Listen. I do not recommend you, Mr. Fogg, to take your passage on board our ship, the Henrietta. The vessel is old, and she now makes her last voyage. Captain Cromarty has the order to sell her at first opportunity, and to dismiss the crew with 1 month's salary in lieu of notice.
Well, sir,
Well, your vessel is to be sold. I will buy her.
Oh, bravo! We will buy her!
but I won't sell her.
Poor Fogg. He doesn't know that he has lost everything.
Your owner has desired you to give up the Henrietta for the price of 200,000 francs and the cargo for 150,000 francs, making 350,000 francs in all. I will give you 400.
No.
I will give you 500,000.
No.
500,000 francs.
I refuse.
But my poor friend, you must know.
At 500,000 francs. Going, gone.
Are you mad?
Moreover, instead of a month, I will pay a year's salary to all the crew.
Oh,
Long live Mr. Fogg.
Yeah.
But he must be prevented.
Never mind. Let him alone.
Passepartout, the bag.
The bag, sir?
Well, we must make the sacrifice.
Well, here it is, sir.
Here, my friend.
But I don't want your money.
We do not want your money.
Yes. Take these and pay, my dear fellow.
Here, sir. Here is money to pay with.
What's this? What does this mean?
Banknotes.
Then
It is found.
found, and you never told me.
Now, Captain.
I refuse to tell you.
Excuse me, Captain.
I refuse to sell the ship to this man who has braved me and insulted me.
You are exceeding your duty, sir.
Come, Captain. Come on, Captain.
Come, Captain, come.
Never. I tell you that I won't.
100,000 francs.
Stop, thief.
200,000 francs.
300,000 francs.
400,000 francs.
Thief.
500,000 francs.
Thief.
But thunder and lightning, you are stuffed full of banknotes. What more do you want?
Oh, come, Captain.
Well, be it so. The ship is yours, you scoundrel. You have paid for her. She belongs to you from the keel to the masthead. Be it so. But I no longer command her, and we shall soon see where this devil's boat will go to without a captain.
There is a captain, sir.
Who may he be?
Myself. And here's my second.
I accept most willingly. What orders, Captain?
Full speed and make for Liverpool.
Full speed and make for Liverpool.
Hoist the sails! Come quick! Get up the steam!
The screw makes 30 revolutions a minute, Captain.
And we are scarcely doing 11 knots an hour.
That's it, Captain Fogg.
Steer northeast.
Aye, aye, sir.
That's it. That's quite right. You have been a sailor then.
I know something about it, sir.
Well, friend Fogg, where are we?
The boat's a bad goer. We ought to be in sight of Liverpool.
And how far off are we?
5 or 6 hours more.
Oh, and today's the last day.
The last day, and I must get to Liverpool before 4 o'clock and catch the London Express.
But confound it. Can't we increase the speed of this cursed boat?
The furnaces are full of coal, and we are carrying all the sail we can in this weather. Never mind. Pile on the fuel.
But Captain, the fact is...
Well, what? What is the matter?
The fact is, sir, the sailors don't like to tell you. You've been paying the stokers for a week so that they may get on by piling on the fuel. But at 7 o'clock this morning, there was no coal left.
Well, and then?
So, as I know what you are, I took it upon myself to tell them to burn all they could. There were several thousand hams in the hold. Well, they will never be eaten. They are too well done for that.
Well, and then?
Then we burnt the table, the furniture, the luggage, all the boxes.
And my box too?
And your box too. And now there is nothing left.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. And I have only 3 hours left.
What are you going to do?
Well, call everybody on deck. My friends, we are still 40 miles from Liverpool, and if I don't get there before 4 o'clock this afternoon, I am lost. Are you ready to obey my orders, whatever they may be?
Yes.
Yes.
And you, Aouda, and you, Nemia, will you allow me to expose you to a danger in order to make one last effort?
Do what you will, Mr. Fogg.
Do what you will.
Well, my friends, fetch pliers, hatchets, saws.
What are you going to do?
Bravo! I understand him. He's right. Let them break up the bulwarks, the poop, even the deck on which we stand. Let them tear down the planks to the waterline, if need be, and let them throw all this wood into the furnaces until they fill them to the mouth. Is that it, Captain?
Yes, that's it, my friends.
Oh,
Burn my ship?
Isn't it mine?
It's ours, sir.
You've paid for it, and now you're going to burn it. I begin to like that fellow, that Englishman. He's a true American. He wants to get in. He shall get in. The ship may go to the devil.
Well, here you are, stokers. Here's more. Now hold fast.
Well,
35 revolutions a minute.
good.
But the steam is escaping from the safety valves.
Then stomp up the valves.
We shall be blown up.
Very well. Let's be blown up.
To the valves. We're sinking.
Lower the boat.
But, sir.
Danger threatens. I resume my command.
Well then, we command together.
Together. That's right.
Fogg, the boat is ready.
On board!
On board!
The women first of all.
And you, Captain?
And you, Fogg.
We'll go last.
You're right. We go last.
I confide them to you, Archibald.
Rely on me.
A man there. This way, sir.
Ah, sir, I am very much obliged to you. Ah, Mr. Phileas Fogg, very much obliged. Where are we now?
2 miles from the coast of England, at most.
In English waters, then?
Yes.
Then, sir, I accomplished my mission. You are my prisoner.
What? What do you say? You are mad.
Mr. Phileas Fogg, in the Queen's name, I arrest you.
And in the name of the king, look here, I pitch you in.
Passepartout! What has become of him? Passepartout!
Oh, did you ring, sir? The explosion of that cursed boat has spoiled all. We had scarcely got off the boat which picked us up before we rushed to the station. No train. And even if we had taken a special train, it could not have arrived in time. We only had 3 hours left, and it takes 5 to reach London by express. Oh, my poor master.
Passepartout!
Oh, yes, sir?
What sort of a night did our 2 companions have?
Oh, a bad night, sir. They are in the deepest grief.
Poor women. To what danger did I expose them in trying to increase the speed on that boat?
Oh, he does not think of himself.
Passepartout!
Sir?
I hope that madman, for he must have been mad, That madman who wanted to arrest me at sea, I hope he has been saved.
Oh, well, there's an idiot whom I don't care much about. But make your mind easy, he was saved at the same time as that brave captain.
The fatal delay expired yesterday, Sunday at 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, for want of 2 hours in 80 days to lose both your fortune and your...
But not my honor. I have lost honorably, and I shall pay. Do you know Liverpool, Passepartout?
No, sir, and I do not want to know it.
You will be able to find out where the post office is.
If necessary.
There's a letter containing a check on Baring Brothers that will enable my fellow members in the club to cash the amount of their wager.
Oh, misery and ill luck.
Go to the post office without delay and have this letter registered. I want it to reach London this very day, Monday, before 9 o'clock at night. I shall have paid within the 24 hours according to rule.
Oh, sir.
Go, my friend. I want to tell you, Passepartout, that I am very well satisfied with your services. You are an honest and devoted lad. I shall not forget. Go, Passepartout, go.
You say that, sir, as if we were going to part.
I am ruined, and in truth, I intend...
And I, for my part, sir, I warn you that I intend to remain with you and that I will not budge. There.
Yes, I've made up my mind. Luckily, my ruin will bring about nobody else's. And then, I'm alone in the world, and no one would grieve over my death. Aouda, some regret, some few tears, and then forgetfulness. O thou selfish heart, to mourn because thou leavest behind no suffering and no despair.
Mr.
Aouda! Aouda! Ha! I'd rather not have seen you again.
I was not wrong then. Not see me again? Why? What do you mean to do?
To go away, to set out on my travels again.
Indeed?
I am ruined, Aouda. I had $1 million left just now, but it is the amount of the wager I have lost, and I have sent it to my friends.
So that you have nothing left?
But 50,000 francs, of which I beg your acceptance.
Mine? You wish me?
It will be your dowry, a very poor dowry. Aouda, I should like to offer you one 20 times better. My madness has lost it. I must think no more about that. However little it may be, this dowry may be of use as the basis of an honest man's fortune. A man who will find his strength and courage in your love. He will enrich you, my child, if he loves you as you deserve to be loved.
But if you give me this small amount which you have left, what will become of you?
Oh, as for me, I shall take refuge in the bosom of a great family, where I shall want for nothing.
Ah, I understand.
You accept, don't you?
I accept if you promise me, if you swear to me to do what I ask you in return.
Whatever you may ask of me, but...
Oh, fear nothing. I shall not make use of your promise to dissuade you from this distant journey. Only, as for me, whom you have twice saved, who have no relatives, who have no ties in this country, where you go, I shall go.
Aouda.
May I go?
Well then, I give you my word to do what you ask.
Good. You are ruined, Mr. Fogg, and however little the dowry which I possess, it may, as you said, serve as the basis for the fortune of the man whom I should love. You shall be that man, Mr. Fogg. I love you.
Aouda, dear Aouda.
Oh, my dear friend, my dear Fogg, we.
What is the matter?
The matter is that, oh, I can't speak. I am joking.
we're choking, sir, today, not Monday.
No, it is not Monday. It is
Sunday, sir. It is
Sunday.
What's this?
Oh, what does it mean?
It means, my friend, that we made a mistake in a day.
Made a mistake?
In a day?
But that's impossible.
Yes, my friend, it's impossible, but it is.
And the proof that today is Sunday, sir, is that the post office is shut.
And that all the shops are shut. There, look for yourself.
Yes, shut.
That's very true.
When I got to the post office, it is closed, they told me, because it is Sunday. And I thought, I was in a dream. And I asked the passersby, first 1, then 2, then 10, and they all replied, why, of course, it is Sunday. It is Sunday. It is Sunday. At all events, sir, it is Sunday. Yes.
But how can that be, since I noted down each day as it passed?
You made a mistake.
Oh, I know, I understand. I had forgotten. Yes, going around the world in the direction of the east, the time became modified at each degree, and we have thus gained an entire day.
That's it?
Yes, that is it, sir. I do not understand, but that must be it.
And whereas midday struck 80 times for us, it only struck 79 times for my friends.
Well, then that is it. I do not understand at all, but that is it.
And of this day gained unconsciously, you have lost the greater part here in Liverpool instead of starting off instantly.
My dear Fogg.
But a cab is downstairs. You have got time to catch the express for London, where you will arrive before 9 o'clock at night.
Off with you! Off with you!
Off with you!
Off with you!
Off with us!
Oh, I knew I couldn't lose. Aouda, you shall be rich. Aouda, you shall be happy.
Here again?
Seize that man.
Me?
And that man too, his accomplice.
Accomplice?
Of what am I accused?
Oh, you know well enough. Of robbing the bank of 2 millions.
Robbing? And you suspect him?
This is a mistake, sir, and if you arrest me, you will do me enormous injury. If I lose the express, I am ruined.
Tell that to others. I have an order for your arrest, and I arrest you.
Come, you are mad. I tell you, you have lost your wits. Do you hear?
Do as I tell you.
At all events, sir, if you must take me off now. Let us go to London, and once there...
That's impossible. I telegraphed that I had you, and I am waiting for the answer, which will give me the instructions as to what I must do with you.
Oh, confound it, and I didn't drown that wretch.
Until then, sir, you will be confined in the Liverpool prison.
Well, then, since it must be, stop. I tell you once more that Phileas Fogg is not the thief. I swear on my life, on my soul, that it was not Phileas Fogg who robbed the bank of 2 millions.
And what is your proof?
My proof? Well, then my proof is that I did it myself.
You?
Yes, since I have let out the truth, it was I who after the theft fled to Egypt, where you met me. It was I who hoped that by returning in Mr. Fogg's suite and becoming a member of the eccentric club, I might foil the police and live quietly in England.
Stop a bit. I remember, it is true. You told me at Suez that on the day of the theft, you were at the Bank of England.
That's true. I told you so.
And that you and the thief left the bank together after you had drawn a very large sum.
There it is. 3 times has Mr. Fogg held my life in his hands, and thrice has he spared me. I'd rather lose my fortune and my liberty than let him be arrested in my place.
Yes. There are my banknotes. And this man has not spent $1 million en route.
It was he who... But in that case, I can go?
You are free.
Don't lose a moment.
Drive at the devil's own rate.
Au revoir, Aouda. Au revoir. However guilty you may be, sir, you saved me in giving yourself up. I must not forget that. Au revoir.
Mr. Archibald, a thief? Who would ever have thought that?
My poor Nemea.
Why do you pity me?
But I fancied I saw that you and...
Don't fear, my sister. The heart of Nemea can only be touched by a man who is worthy of her esteem.
You will allow me?
One moment, sir, and I am at your service. Nemea, do you forgive me for having dared to raise my eyes to you? Not even a word. Never mind, it's only right.
No, not now, sir. You will read that when you will be far away from me.
Be it so. You shall be obeyed. I am ready, sir.
Then we'll go.
Telegram for Mr. Fix from the Metropolitan Police Office.
A telegram. Here are the instructions about you, which I was expecting from London. Stop all proceedings immediately? What is the meaning of this?
What?
Thief never left London, was arrested a week ago?
Arrested? But go on, sir.
Oh, do go on.
The thief was arrested a week ago, and the money has been given back to the bank.
Would you have the kindness to give me back mine?
Oh, my dear banknotes.
But in that case, sir, it was not you who robbed.
But, sir, why did you tell us?
To make you leave go of my friend.
I am ruined. There's nothing left for me but to resign.
And you, Nemea, have you nothing to say to me? After what you have just learned?
But I have learned nothing.
What do you mean?
What does she say?
At least I have nothing to add to what I wrote to you.
What you...
Read, sir, read.
Yours is a noble heart, and mine has understood your generous falsehood. Nemea, my dear Nemea.
But how did you know that he accused himself falsely?
I loved him still.
Very pretty.
And my master, how happy he will be to know.
Why can't we rejoin him soon enough to be witnesses of his triumph?
We can.
How?
He took the southern line. We'll take the northern.
But the train is gone.
Well, we'll have another one put on for us. For once, I'll imitate the example of Phileas Fogg.
This fete is charming.
Oh, yes. And it will cost us the millions which we shall have won. In a half an hour, there shall be no cause for regret.
You wouldn't fancy yourself in London here, but in the finest country in the world. Who could imagine that Westminster Palace is a few paces off and that close by the Thames flows in its everlasting fog?
Oh, poor Fog.
Gentlemen, in 12 minutes, the time stipulated upon will have, by Phileas Fogg, will be up. When the last stroke of 9 is heard, the million will be ours.
At what time does the last train from Liverpool get in?
At 7:23, and the next train doesn't get in till 10 minutes past midnight. So that if Phileas Fogg had taken the train, which gets in at 7:23, he would have already been here.
That's clear.
Besides, you will observe that we have had no news of our colleague since he left London. That is to say, for 80 days. The 80 days that will be up in 10 minutes. And yet he has met with plenty of telegraphic wires on his route.
Oh, he is lost, gentlemen. He is lost 100 times over. Moreover, the China, the only steamer from New York, which he could have taken in time to be here, came in, as you know, yesterday. Now, here's the list of the names of the passengers in the Shipping Gazette, and the name of Phileas Fogg is not among them.
7 minutes.
7 minutes more.
Reckoning the chances of the most favorable light, our colleague could surely be still in America yet, and I imagine that will be a delay of at least 20 days from the date he fixed upon.
Only 3 minutes more, gentlemen.
There are some people downstairs who want to speak to Mr. Phileas Fogg. Oh, so Phileas Fogg.
What is the meaning of this?
Well, they must suppose that Fogg has come back.
Bring them in. We shall soon find out.
Phileas Fogg, where is he? Where is he?
It is really Phileas Fogg whom you want to see?
Certainly.
He is in London then?
Yes, he ought to be here.
He hasn't shown up.
What do you mean? And only a minute left.
But some accident must have happened then to his train.
Oh, no, he's lost.
9 o'clock.
Oh, the unfortunate fellow. If he had only waited for us, our train must have got in before his.
He's lost, Mr. Fogg.
Himself!
Here I am, gentlemen.
Why did you delay?
I had my frock coat on and I hadn't any gloves.
Oh,
Hurrah for Phileas Fogg.
You have won, my dear Fogg.
And won
well.
Yes, won well. Honor, money.
And happiness.
Aww.
But, I say, how does it come that you...
Oh, no more a thief than you, my dear Phileas. And the proof is that here's my wife.
And here is mine.
A gentle and faithful wife.
And faithful? Then I am a member of the eccentric club.
Bravo, bravo to the cast. They did a wonderful job. I'm Jon Gardner. I'm the director. I'd like to thank all of you in the audience for watching our show tonight. If you enjoyed the show, please consider making a donation to MAD. You can go to the MAD website, madtheater.org, and click on donate. And let's give the cast another round of applause. They did a wonderful job.